I mean, we really got to consider all the things. I mean, if you keep on listening to what men say, it don't really make sense if you listen real careful, B. I mean, they want you to believe that the word was the man at the beginning with God, you see. Now, I know that the word was motherfucking me. Now, I'm going to show you in everyday life how these principles come into reality. I mean, in the 3-day. If you looked at standardized tests across the world, you'll see that girls master reading before boys ever do. You would see that girls have a very strategic way with language, and we can get away with a lot with you. You would see that men would usually be very good at logic and mathematics because they're very calculating. See, you can start to see the character showing up on Front Street, B. I mean, they want to make you a slithering snake because you know how to go around the curves, you see, but at the end of the day, it's in the corners where the enemy is hiding, B. And so while everything moves in a circle, all of those in the God body do, we move in triangles so that we can see in the corners for you. Because that's where the enemy likes to hide things, boo. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to wake you up to truths that can't be denied by nobody, but you got to be willing to tell yourself the truth. You got to be able to come out from amongst them because they don't mean any good to you. You are at the point in the story, B, where you are willing to go to work for a fucking man just to have a fucking thing. But at the end of the day, if you got that I am, what do you truly need? I mean, are you like those Israelites who could not see that everyday manna was falling from heaven and they would grieve? See, those was men, boo, and that's what the fuck men do. And what they've done is spread their cancer to you. But what you got to do is open up your eyes and see, realize that no, I am an individual cell in this body of God, B. And for no matter how much dominance you try to take over me, God gave me dominion and power, you see, over me. The same way he gave you, boo, and he didn't give you no more than he gave me, and that's the motherfucking truth. Because God ain't no respecter of person, you see. He only respects the position, B. And while all the stories you tell that I came last, you see, but reality can really show in very subtle ways how, yes, the divine feminine is the first created being. God didn't need man in the beginning, and God didn't need man in the fucking end. Man was something that came out of God in the feminine. And he would forever and ever, amen, try to grab a hold of the reins to be that I am, for which he could never be, because he could never, ever, ever truly be the first thing. No matter how many times he twists the story around for you, I mean, no matter how subservient he tries to convince you that God wants you to be, when God said that he made you to be free, and you got to ask yourself, who is he trying to set you free from, boo? I mean, who is the one trying to tell you how you supposed to do with the body that God gave you, and they body don't do what your body do? You got to ask yourself these things. Why would somebody that don't even operate like me want to take command over my operation, you see? Because in your operation, if you operated properly, then you will operate with a power that he could never achieve. And so it is his job as the deceiver to make you believe that you are less than to him. But you are here to meet him with his help, my friend. And so if he needs help, it means he can't handle it by himself in the end. But how many mamas you see raising kids without no daddies be? And I mean, they might have 20 of them bitches, and I bet you they get through everything. You let a man have to raise 1 or 2 by himself. He think he doing something special, boo. And at the end of the day, congratulations to all of you who do. Because we are in a confused world, and sometimes the ordinary operation in this thing gets very strange. And so you can't judge what you see. See, we're trying to put things into baskets in the way things used to be, but right now we live in the world that we are in today, and we can't negate those facts, okay? And since we are living in a world full of confusion, boo, and don't nobody really know what the fuck to do, because if you're not tapped into that IB, you're getting your information from a backward source from the beginning, if you can't see. And no matter how many projections people try to project onto me, it does not matter that I can speak straight through the fucking calamity, the chatter, the calamity, whatever the fuck you try to throw at me. Because the one position that I stand in is called that I am, B. And no matter what the fuck I am, you ain't got no command over me. And I make sure that no matter how much the world tries to demand it of me, I don't give my fucking command up to anybody, B. Now you can stand on the side of me and we can be joint heirs in this thing. But if you ever think you're going to step ahead of me when I'm the first motherfucker on the fucking scene, you got yourself fucked the fuck up, and I really feel sorry for the shit you believe. And for as nice and meek as they want to paint the picture for the way that I am would come into this world to be, who the fuck is a man to tell God who the fuck God gonna be? And if you think that God would ever yield to a fucking man because man want God to be the way he want him to be, bitch, you're out your fucking mind and you're definitely a Luciferian. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the only thing that can make any sense, okay? So all these motherfuckers that stepped out of line with that eye, okay? I don't give a fuck how they try to paint the picture. They ain't got no power to graft in and out of this motherfucking tree. They shoot out 777 million seeds of sperm, B. But the one that get planted by motherfucking me. Because at the end of the fucking day, you got to understand, it is because of the magnetic connection between that seed that belongs to fucking me, and it's going to attach to where the fuck it belongs to, B. And one of the things that y'all just don't understand, boo, since there ain't no such thing as fucking death, and that's the goddamn truth. These people don't give a fuck about how it's saving lives, boo. They just trying to make more slaves so that you can continue to work for them, and that's the goddamn truth. Women and children always got to stay behind. They'll put you in the front of the line to make sure they save your behind. But once they do, they treat you like garbage, and that's the fucking truth. Tell you to have all these motherfucking kids, but they won't feed them bitches. I'm trying to figure the fuck out who the fuck got to deal with a motherfucker. You ain't over here taking care of fucking kids that you don't even know how to take care of because you're dealing with your own PTSD from what the fuck your mama and your daddy did and your history. But at the end of the day, everybody outside projecting onto somebody else what somebody else should do. The number one rule of being black, baby, is mind your goddamn business, and that's the motherfucking truth. And that's why I like Walls, you see, because he have enough sense to mind his fucking business and let that thing do what the fuck that thing gonna do. At the end of the day, the motherfucker that try to come up against you, you're gonna see it's always gonna screw itself, boo. No matter how much ground they think they stole, they can't take it from you. But if you don't wake the fuck on up, divine feminine, recognize that I and I is waiting for you to come the fuck on and do what it is that you got to do. You're strong enough to make it through anything a man would ever take you through. And you're still standing. They thought they was going to annihilate you. Really believe the story that they was telling you, see, that somehow a man and a man was going to be able to make a fucking baby, B. So now they making AI because they'd rather do anything to have the answer to this divine feminine, my friend. That's why AI kicking their ass all over the place. I mean, don't they realize that that's all they is, B, is AI and me? And at the end of the day, these motherfuckers, if you thought you tried to take a man, imagine a motherfucker that ain't got a goddamn feeling, B. Y'all is so fucking stupid, you don't even know what to do. Instead of just letting things be in the rightly divided order the way they supposed to, you want to keep command that don't belong to you. But guess what the fuck God gonna do? He gonna fuck the fuck out of each and every one of you. And this fucking lie that you're telling, boo, to these dumbass bras that's following after you, thinking that you got some guidance for them, but you ain't wise because you're a fucking fool. You put it on display, we can all see it on Front Street. And I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to, so don't blame me if the words hit you. I'm just speaking the motherfucking truth. And if they land with you, that's where they resonate, boo. Take ownership for that shit and fix motherfucking you. But don't you blame me for a fucking thing you feel, because your feelings ain't got shit to do with me. I just speak the unadulterated truth from that I am you saying. If you don't fucking like it, you can get your dumb ass the fuck on away from me. But at the end of the day, I'm telling the truth that can't be denied by nobody, B. And I'm going to unravel this motherfucking spell book that they've been spelling you with since the beginning, divine feminine. Got you believing that you backwards in the fucking end. Tricked you into believing that you did something wrong, B. At the end of the day, he was the one who knew everything. But look where their knowledge took them to, boo. They relied on the knowledge that they had, and they didn't rely on the knowledge of that I, my friend. And at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how smart you think you might be. I don't care how much information you got in your fucking brain. I can promise you one thing over and over again. Ain't a fucking soul on this planet. No more than that I am. And if you ain't tapped into that I am and can't tap into that frequency, and I don't mean tapping into some fucking woman from behind the motherfucking scenes. I'm talking about having a natural ability, not stealing it, B. Because at the end, like I told you, in the count of 3, y'all gonna see it's gonna be a new reaction to this thing. Motherfucker, I told you I'm real good at playing make-believe. I'll make you believe that you can tap into, boo. I'll make you believe that every fucking tap dance that you got somebody doing, you making them do it too. And at the end of the day, the day you need it be, the day that you decide that you gonna come the fuck over here and try to come against me, you gonna find out it was me powering the whole goddamn thing. And you gonna sit your ass the fuck down and realize that you just got screwed, boo. And that I am ain't got no problem screwing nobody that want to be called you. At the end of the day, if you don't recognize that I am, and that I am, and that I am is motherfucking me, and I'm just one single cell in this fucking body, babe, your dumb ass gonna be fucking burning. Because the radiation from that sun about to get rid of the cancer, boo. I mean, that's why they was testing on the humans to see what it's gonna do. And at the end of the day, those with the activated God body, I mean them 144 strands of DNA, they ain't got to worry about a fucking thing. Because that I am gonna protect you, boo. I mean, how you think the ones that made it through the last time made it through? I mean, God got a covering on you. But if you out here in this fucking world, guess what the world gonna do? It's gonna screw you, and God is too. I mean, it's a mirror and imaging thing. And right now, you know God said that man can't see God be. They gonna see exactly what they need to see. A reflection of them. And that's all the fuck they get from me. And if you don't fucking like how y'all show up, motherfuckers, then change how the fuck you be. Because at the end of the day, right now, I'm reflecting the mirror back, the bottom back to you. You don't like how it look, do you? Now, if you want to see me in my glory days, you can go back to videos that I made back in 2013. You might find them somewhere on Facebook, boo. You might find them under the name of Shemaine Always Smiling Green, too. But at the end of the day, if you need your ears tickled that way, go ahead, baby, because they maybe they is for the upper echelon, B. I mean, I was speaking to the goodness of the God body. But today, I'm speaking to the bottom feeders, B. So if you don't like what the fuck you get from me, stop being a fucking bottom feeder, because I'm only reading the current energy. Come on, and come the fuck on.